Tommy, welcome to part 2, my man.
Thanks again, mate.
How did you feel for the last 10 you were in? How did you feel talking about what you were talking about the last time?
Well, you heard it myself when I come in the door. You asked me how I was, and I just tell you straight, I was shitting myself.
Yep.
I just kind of, once I get into it,
Yep.
I was more relaxed and could have spoke for hours.
See, what I thought was good was, and we'll not build too much on it because people seen the part 1 it there, you know, which is sitting at 2,600 hits, which is absolutely brilliant, you know, all down to yourself, Tommy, and you know what people think of you for there. But you were telling stories that I didn't even know was going to pop up, you know, and it was good to hear that because I didn't know that about you and stuff, you know, and it was good to hear that. How do you feel telling that story in part 1? How did you feel?
That one especially.
Aye.
It was as if it was eating me inside, and I had to just. Most people knew. Most people knew what I was doing.
Right.
And I was like, I see if I never said it, people would be like, he's just dodged that.
Yep.
Or a liar or something like that. I just tell it the way it is.
Yep.
I can write out and say it, and the amount of people and support that has actually
Definitely.
came my way about that, and I thank every one of them.
Definitely.
From the bottom of my heart, I really do thank a lot of them.
Well, the thing is when you came out with that one, because as I said, it's not something we base chatting on just as we're, you know, there's no cameras, no mics, we just sit and chat as a couple of mates. So I don't know what was coming, Tommy. I didn't know what was coming, but I'd like to jump back on that one if it's all right with yourself, you know. And how did it make you feel? Did it make you feel good? Did it make you feel bad? Do you feel as though you were addicted? You know, how did it make you feel?
It made me feel great. Made me feel nobody could touch us and all that. And I wasn't a prick on it or anything like that. I was dead mellow on that and all the rest of it.
Yep.
But once it was coming off me, it was, well, what am I doing this for and all the rest of it.
Yep. What was your first experience with it?
I can't remember. It was just a matter of it was years ago somebody asked me just to try it. And I played football at the time. And I'm like, no, I didn't like it.
Yep.
I carried that between, I think it was about 28, 29 or something at the time. I tried it, I'm like, nah, it wasn't for me. And then I think just once I was really, I don't know if it was, I tried it before my dad died.
Yep.
And it was just maybe not done here and there and things like that.
Yep.
I stopped playing football at that time. I stopped, retired from football at 29.
Because I quite a lot of people were asking me, you know, saying that was amazing. That guy was saying that, this and that. They want to tell the world themselves where they've been with it and everything.
It got to just a wee
you know?
line here and there.
Yep.
Then it got up, and it was like a gram, and it was 2 grams, and it was went on and on.
Is it a costly thing to do?
Oh, aye. Aye. But, well, at start off it was quite, you can never ever tell what you're getting.
Yep.
It could be, you're just ramming garbage up your nose.
Yep.
And
how do you feel about the response for part 1 on your podcast? how do you feel about the response that's been coming through? I mean, it's been one after the other.
Crazy.
How do you feel about the response that people are saying?
I never thought people actually thought that of me.
Yep.
The support has been unbelievable. The messages never.
Yep. It's been the biggest podcast I've done, without a doubt. And it's good to see that when people come in and what they're saying about you and stuff there, you know, because when you come down here and we're chatting away at the start, you know, I'm not saying that you thought everyone in the world hated you, this and that, but I don't think you had a high view on a lot of things. And yet it's sitting out there for you it's all sitting there.
The more I look at it, I didn't think much of myself.
Yep.
And then I'm thinking, what does other people not think of me?
Yep.
But when you see that, strangers, we spoke about that guy this morning.
Yep. Pete Mac,
honest to God, that is total respect to that guy.
Aye.
He doesn't need to do it, but
the thing is, it's good to waking up to that, you know, and see that.
And I swear it, man, I near enough had tears, man, reading it.
But the thing is with that guy is he's qualified in certain fields with that. Right. So he knows what he's talking about, you know.
His message was
being a nurse and things like that. So he's got qualifications, you know. But
Same with everybody's messages and
Yep,
that.
I know. It's good to
really,
read it. I was good.
really,
I was good reading it,
yep.
and I thought this will be good because
there was some of them I missed. There was some of the messages and you told me.
Yep.
Because you obviously put it on and I put it on.
Yep.
And I'd missed some of it. I'm reading some of them like that.
Yep.
And it was just so overwhelmed with the amount of support, love, and everything for people I know and strangers.
I know. I think the people you know is really good. It always is good, you know. But when you get strangers coming in saying things, because obviously I can't mention names, but there's people that's been saying to me, he said this, he said that. You know, I wish I could, and you know, I'm saying, God, this guy didn't have it planned. It just happened. You know.
There's a lot of messages I've had with the same word in it. Inspiration. I'm an inspiration to all these people.
Yep. Do you feel an inspiration?
I do now.
Do you now?
See, before I done that, no.
Yep.
I wasn't even proud of myself. And I said to my wee pal, wee Kirsty, I says, listen, I'm what I'm doing now, what me and Stevie are doing it, I'm really getting proud of myself. And she's like, thank God. She don't realise how happy this makes me feel.
Yep.
I'm starting to feel, as I said, be proud for everybody else and things like that.
Yep.
But I'm starting to really like myself and be proud of myself.
But see, the thing is, and I want to jump in here and say this, and I know you'll dig me up for it, but it's nothing to do with me. I'm just a prop. That's all I'm a. It's you that does all the work, and that's what I like about it, because we had nothing planned. We just sat down with a couple of Red Bulls and we just talked, and that's what the podcast was based on, and that's what makes it so real.
I knew to do something at the start, and I messaged you for Tenerife.
Yep.
And I had to say to you,
I enjoyed your videos with Tenerife.
Man.
They were funny.
They were funny. The three amigos.
But then I had an idea what kind of guy you were all about when you the videos, because I was also reading the feedback. And you can, the thing is, people say Facebook is a lot of junk, this and that. There's a lot of good in Facebook, you know. And I was watching the people were writing and saying it was funny. You know, so I knew then I had a good idea what was what, you know.
Especially with the other two, I was with AB, Jason and Patty. It was there's some right funny things we've done out there, really, and that's what I needed at that time.
Yep. I think what's good about that is you've done that, then you've came for that straight into, you know, the training side of things, and that, because you're on track. Well, you've never missed a session. You're on track.
Once I said to you I was coming, and then you put a post up, right? I'm like, oh fuck, I need to do it now then, right? But honestly, man, I swear it, mate. I can't thank you enough.
No, but it's not like that.
To me, it is to you. I honestly, I really appreciate what you're doing for me.
I wanted to go a wee bit more detail today, because I'm saying to folk, I think this podcast is going to be slightly different. By the way, before we go any further, who makes the best mashed potatoes?
Oh no!
This is a question, everybody. Who makes the best mashed potatoes? And I want to know why.
Oh fuck, man, no! That's with wee Kirsty Gibson. She does. She makes them. She's better. Oh fuck, my mum's got it. She does, but doing in. She does. She makes it. It was one of the days I was doing, and she's like, right.
Sorry, by the way, just a wee shout out to Mrs. Hans. Hail, by the way.
She'll love you for that, by the way. She'll love you for that. One of the hoops, not she'll shout.
Brilliant.
I wee Kirsty Gibson, her and her man Jim, invited me up to come there for dinner, and I was low. I was just going through shit, and I come up and she's like, I think it was like a roast chicken dinner with something like that anyway, and a few drinks and all the rest, and I'm like, can you look at your put? I can't eat all that. I was like, just eating away. I says, he's fucking tat. They were dead light, fluffy, buttery, peppery.
Mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh, mate, I swear to God, man.
Brilliant.
Superb. And I tell her, man, she's like, what am I? I'm telling you, it was absolutely brilliant. But as soon as you knew who that was.
We've got that one.
Aye.
Well, listen, Tommy, we've spoke about this one here. Like the first one, as I say, we never really spoke. We just let it run its course.
Yeah,
but then it was hearing more things and stuff. And then, as I say, I wanted to do a part 2, and I thought it was relevant. Well, there's a lot of things missed out. I wanted to talk to you about, and as I say, you've only told me wee snippets about, you know, the time when you were in jail, prison. Can you build on that?
1998, February 98, I was in a fight. Bottom of the town, for the West End. Me, my sister, my brother-in-law, and somebody was seen at the time. I didn't mention their name anyway. But something happened in the chip shop, the Golden Fry. Something happened in there. So my sister's come out, she's been hit with a bolt or something like that, whatever it was. And I went away in, and this guy's just grabbed me. I don't know who he was, and I was only, I think I was about 17, but I fucking just blew up. And I was just set about the guy, and I've seen whoever it was fighting with Shannon, I went out and just volleyed him. And at the time, I don't know who it is I've hurt and all the rest of it, but when I've been lifted and all the rest of that for the assault and whatever. I was charged with serious assault. Supposed to be going to do attempted murder to start off with. And they done it to serious assault and robbery. I'm like, robbery? We talk about robbery. He says, you lift it for a gold chain. I says, aye, my sister's when she was fighting. It was the person who she was fighting with. Then they tell me it was a woman that I'd hit. And I'm like, no, I've no. Please tell me I've not done this. In the cells, usual. Come in, think you're a big man, all the rest of it. I've been softened up a bit. The next day, long story short, just kind of thing. It's went to see my lawyer and things like that. He said, "We'll see the CCTV." And he says, "You have assaulted." Somebody said, "But with the CCTV, it might be a bit blurry, things like that." So watching the telly, it's that clear, and you actually see me when I've seen what I've done, who I've kicked. And I've just put my hands on. I'm like, oh. So, tell me turn it off. I was disgusted. I was wrong what I'd done. I was drunk, young boy. I'm ashamed of what I'd done. Totally ashamed of what I'd done. Went to court. My lawyer never told me that I was getting to jail. But my sister that was there today, Sharon, her lawyer would tell her, the two of you are going to jail. And Sharon told me when we were sitting in the dock, she's like, we're going to jail. I'm like, oh, no. I says, I've not been told that. And he passed it, went up and gave guilty plea, what was happening and all the rest of it. My mate, Big Des Morton, put a letter in. This letter, man, could have made the judge great, man. It was ever, and I was working with him at the time, a young boy labourer, and Sharon got 4 months. I get 9.5 months. So trapped for 3 years because I gave a guilty plea. 3.5 years. And no shame or no afraid to say that. I broke down.
How did you feel? I was going to ask you that. How did you feel in the dock when they gave you the sentence? How did you feel?
Oh, the scariest I've been in my life.
Aye. I was going to ask you, what was going through your head?
Honestly, that's the most scared I've ever been in my life. Turned and looked at my dad. My dad's sitting there with one of my cousins there, and they actually had people up next to him as if I thought it was funny, man, as if it was going to do. So there's no way to knock in a court. But I shouted, my dad, took me down. That was it. Took into cell with our boys and that were on there. Like, who's that? That's my sister, man. And they're like, shout, tell her to keep her head up more or less when she was getting took away when she was going to Cornville and that. It was like, oh, tell her to keep her head up and that. I'd never done anything like this in my life. And these guys tell me what to expect, tell me what he'd done, just go make kid. And, but I was a mess for about, you're lucky if I ate in that jail, man, for about 2 weeks solid.
Yep. What was your first day? What was your routine like? Like, getting into a routine, what was it like?
That night I got took to Barrel.
Right.
And anybody knows, man, it's just a line of, call it dog boxes. There were 3 years in it. And I'm like, but one guy's like that to me, you're a boy, hands into your Big Joe's boy and all that. And like, I'll keep an eye on you. I said, I don't know what's that. He said, you're just in here for night and you go to Pullman or something. And this boy in here just trying to be, he'd done a couple of times with his cell and he's trying to be, I'll do this and do that. I just said, no, I can't let him bully me.
Yep.
I'm like, you do nothing. My words were, I'll rip your tits off, you bastard. And he just, and he was fucking head and shoulders and that above me too. But I was terrified.
Yep.
One of the wee flat it wasn't even just the one at the bottom, buff in, couldn't sleep. When I did sleep, woke up, tears. Took it the next day, took it to Pullman.
Yep.
But that was terrible in there.
Pullman. What was their routine like? What was that? What was the setup like?
I thought I'd be there for my 9 month, or my 4.5 month, whatever it was. But they had planned that I would only be there for 2 weeks just to assess me, and then shift me to Glenorchy to do the rest of it. Never had a job. I was banged up. I was out for half an hour for my breakfast, an hour for if I wanted to like a bit of training and that in the morning, just half an hour for your lunch, same again for your dinner, and then an hour and a half or something for
How does it feel
break at night.
How does it feel being locked up all day? How does it feel in your mind? What's going through your mind being, you know you can't get, you know, they're in charge of that. How does it feel?
It's terrible. It's when you see you've not got a handle on that door, and somebody having a wee look here and there and constantly dubbed up, you're only allowed it just if you're going to the things for your dinner. I used to hear where I was, I used to hear these vans coming along with maybe deliveries or whatever, and there was a transit van that sounded like my dad's van. I'm like, right, my dad's coming, that's me, I'm just getting picked up, maybe they've just made a mistake and all the rest of it. He was away.
How long were you in there for?
2 weeks.
And it was like, was it that routine all the time for 2 weeks?
2 weeks, aye. So I was half an hour. Basically I was dubbed up 20 hours a day.
How did you find the screws and all that in there? How did you find them dealing with?
Nah. They never kind of tried to speak away and try to see you were struggling. Try to help you.
Well, when I talk to people, you know, they say that you're tarred with the same brush, you know. It's like that's regardless of what you're tarred with the same brush, you know. That's how they see it. No matter.
The only good things about it, when I was just before I get moved, I felt as if I still wasn't a job or anything like that. You were on the basic. I mean, I think you were getting maybe about £5 a week or something like that to spend on like a phone care to phone home or get your juice or whatever it was you were getting. So my dad, Ellen Higgins, my mum would come in and see me. She would not. She says if I come in, son, I'd need to take you home with me. When I seen my dad and Ellen coming in, I just broke down. She's Ellen. She anybody knows, man, it gives you a cuddle. Fucking hell, man. She cuddles you. She really means a cuddle. And she was there all the time with me through. As I said, I've talked about her and Big Higgy and that, man. Ellen's been there a lot with me, a hell of a lot, and she was, because I was writing down like my mum, she did like a kid on, she was my mum, but then it's meat and that, she says, I can't eat, man. You need something to eat. I'm like, I can't.
So what happened after the 2 weeks in there then? Where did you go for there after 2 weeks?
Done the 2 weeks and the guy says you're gonna you get moved to Glenorchy, and some of the boys like, oh, it's dodging that up there. I says, but one boy I was talking about, he says your door's always open. You're no dubbed up like you're here. He says you'll get a job in that up there. He says, and they tell me about if you want to out for recreation on the Friday, you used to get out during the week, Monday to Wednesday, Saturday, but the Friday, something about a Friday, they always come in and done a dust inspection. Checked your, what we call a cellar Peter. If they had a bit of dust, you weren't getting out. I was like, a fucking joke, man. So when we were up there, the guy spoke about it, took it to B-wing I was in. The screws, man, they were called. One was Mr. Pullinger, Pulley, we called him. He was brand new. He was good. Mr. Topolsky. There was a wee guy, Mr. Reed. Just a wee guy, right? Smarmy wee cunt. Celtic daft. But we heard that he was going with a younger thing, so we called him Nappy. Right, Celtic daft, and he heard that I was a Rangers fan in the band and things like that. So, constantly gave me it. Rangers are not getting 10 in a row and all that. I'm like that, fucking wee prick. Oh, I was so... and he's been dubbed us up and all that. Oh, you'll never get ten, and he's swinging his keys and all that. Says, I'll get you. But the laugh carried on with a wee scuffle and that.
Yep.
He's big, I can't mind the big guy's name. But the way you had your hair,
Aye.
it was like that.
Yep.
And I'd said something to him. He was like, what'd you say? And he was a fucking big guy and he's ran at me and I've just ran at him. He's not expecting me to run him.
Yep.
I've just speared him.
Yep.
Just took him right down and that wee nappy shy cell. Because I took his big mate down. But
how long did it take you to settle in? How long did it take you to start eating, sleeping?
A week.
You know, getting yourself in order for
It was quick in there.
Aye, quick in here. Aye.
It was, and then other boys. There was a boy at the start, the first cell, Willie Allardyce. I'm sure he's with Bellsill. He's like, oh, I want to lunch your boys. Took me and him right away.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on that wing.
Yep.
Well, everybody got on.
Yep.
I got put into the VD cleaning, like the buffing the flares and stripping all the flares, doing polishing them, all the rest of it. And
Yep.
then I've done that for about a month or so.
Right.
And then the Gardens come up. I get offered into the Gardens.
Yep.
I took that and I thought you were a millionaire, man.
So
12-14 a week.
the thing is, when did you know that? When did you get to know about your release date? And how did you feel when you actually saw there was a release date?
I knew that it's like wee cards
Right.
on your door.
Mhm.
And
So did you do the full time on that? Did you go earlier then?
4.5 months I done.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Aye, 4.5 months. It was 9 months ago. 9 months ago. 4.5 months.
Right.
I done. It was one of the times there was nothing like that in Pullman.
Right.
Not a thing telling me when I was getting released and all that. Maybe tell me, but my head was away. But at Glenorchy, there was a card on your door, and it actually had it on. I'll come up for the gym I was doing, and when I went up seeing the card, I'm like that, right. But the worst thing I done was counted days.
Aye.
Right, all this to go and that to go, and I was driving myself nuts.
Yep.
Fucking counted the bricks and.
What was your last week like? What was your last week like? You know.
World Cup was on,
right.
so we were allowed to watch a lot of football. So it was rather than just sitting in the cell and after I'd done my work and things like that, and you were out there. So the time was passing, and it was good weather and all that. We were allowed to go out and play football, but the week kind of flied in. The last 2 days was fucking like that. Oh, what time is it? Is it no time to go to?
Yep.
Go to sleep and wake up the next day and
Yep.
try to get in quicker. It was.
See your release, because I'll tell you this wee story. A couple of my mates say that when they get released, they noticed some things were different. One was saying that he thought buses looked different for some reason.
Aye.
And the other one said it was trees. It was like trees looked different, you know, because he hadn't saw it. Well, he hadn't saw it for a few years, you know.
I'd never noticed.
Did you notice something like that?
No, it's when we worked in the Gardens, we done a lot of things in the jail. We done a wee floor hang me, and it was for Scotland were in the World Cup,
Right.
France '98, and it was like a big saltire. It was still getting finished when I'd left, but I was outside the jail, working away outside doing all the floors and all that and things like that outside and up round about where all the kind of pension houses and that was. Yep. If we tried to do a runner, like 6 months right away. 6 months I had it on, but because I'd seen it wasn't much changed.
What was your food like?
It was actually good.
Good food, aye.
That was good, aye. This wee boy kept on asking. We worked in the cleaning thing. Kept on asking every time, what's for pudding a day, and the guy's like, fucking pink custard or something like that, and steamed that. I was like, oh yeah, I'm like that. What the f? I tell him like that. That's brilliant.
Aye. That reminds me of school. You're describing that the old puddings at school.
But it was it was really good.
So your last day. Describe your last day.
Last day.
Your last day. The doors are opening for you. What did you do that day, or that night?
Just the day before I got out.
Well, just that day.
It's
the day you get out. Aye.
Right, the day before I got out, right, this is what happened. But so many for each wing got asked to go and play football, and it was just a nice part on. We all fenced up, but it was like outside the kind of jail. So now we up there, and some of that wee fucking reed, wee nappy we call them. He's going, oh, out tomorrow now. I'm like, ah, fuck you, dick. I'm out tomorrow. I'll see you again. Ah, you'll be back on the rest. I'm like, ah, nap it, Dave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bolt. Went up, play football and all the rest of it. Come back in, showered, went up the stairs, and the heat guys like that, right, out tomorrow, hands and that. I think you'll be one of the ones that'll be alright. We'll see you again. I'm like, ah, thanks sir, and that, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Be nappy. Ah, you'll be back on the rest. I'm like, ah, he's up to something.
Yep.
So when I went up to myself, right, big man, you might have a nice sleep. Out tomorrow, I can't see you having a good sleep now, right enough. I'm like, what? He's just whacked the door on me. So I went away and I'm like, ah, he's up to something. And I went in, fucking pulled my duvet hang down, and there was fucking soup, fucking things all the top of the bed. It was a mess, man. I'm like, ah, right, okay, deal with that then. There was this big silver circle where my release tag me tagged that was.
Yep.
I was like, I don't even know what that was ever for. Next minute, you start seeing it, hearing it getting unscrewed, and a fucking fire hose getting put in. I'm like, oh, but it's fucking shot me right across.
Aye.
The place was absolutely soaking. He's like, get that sorted and you get out in the morning. He says, you know that, we can't do it with me. I'm like, ah, right, okay. So I'm still getting out tomorrow, but he wasn't there. It was like the back shift or whatever it was.
Yep.
Next day, never forget it, Pulley, Mr. Pullinger came up, shook my horn. He says, you're a funny young man, and he says, and I hope you do well when I way up. I can always remember when I went into Glenorchy, I had this kind of long, a 3/4 length leather jacket, not a full length man, like kind of leather jacket. A checkered shirt, jeans, and the guy's like, oh, I seen me his plastic jacket, and the guy looked at it, and the HMV, or no, the FHM kind of magazines that they were all, right, reading on them, he says, this is like a deer jacket. I was like, I always thought it was like kind of a bit plasticky looking, but it was, I didn't believe it was my dad, where he got it for I don't know, but it was about fucking 400 or 500 quid, not the guys like that. So it was me away in, Clay's on, shirt was too big, jacket was kind of not bad, but there was a hod up, some other boy that was going out of me was wondering if he was going to get a gate arrest because there was something coming up about him. Poor, walked out, man, poor cunt, get carted it.
Back in.
I thought, I felt so bad.
How did you feel walking out the gates?
I could have just seen I could have broke down. That, I wouldn't say an ordeal, because I was in it to be punished what I'd done. And I truly regret what I'd done. The person in that has forgave me and all the rest of it, and it just, I mean, I never ever thought that would happen, but it has happened. But I had some good laughs and met good pals and that in there, but going out there I was like, that's past in my life, that's, and I walked up and I could see my ma, she was sitting in the van, my dad this white transit van, and I could see her looking at me, she's like, she didn't recognise me because of the weight I lost. And I was just like, oh, and she's shouting and bawling. I've jumped in the back of the van, and my dad, right there, kind of lagging at me. Fucking, back 8 in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm like, oh, best kind of lagger I've ever tasted in my life.
Did you ever think to yourself, when I get out, this is the first thing I'm going to do? Did you ever think anything like that?
Aye.
Okay, so we can't say that. Oh, brilliant.
I was going out for my nookie.
You've said that.
You've said that.
There was no holding back.
But see, the first thing I actually
done. Back.
It wasn't that day. That was my intentions. That was my intentions. We go down into Wishy in the Bolton Chapman's, where I used to work, and honestly, respect and all that to Jamie Chapman, Deirdre Chapman and all that, they kept my job for me, for me coming back. I was in there just kind of cleaning, helping the butchers and all that, but they actually sorted me out with an apprenticeship, I weren't.
See, when you came out, did you feel judged in any way by people?
I didn't know how I was going to get, how people were going to take me because of what happened. If anybody asked me, I wouldn't have shied away. No, I never done it.
But did anything like that ever arise in any way? Like, I feel as though I'm judged here, and you know.
At the start, aye.
Aye.
At the start, aye. And it was. I went into Chapman's and the first person I seen was Big Geordie Duncan. As we all know him, with brother George.
Aye.
Lodge man, and he's...
Yep.
And he came out, shook my hand, gave us a cuddle. Oh, you're a kid, no? All I wanted was a Chapman's pie. Yep. And Laura Anderson that worked in that shop, she said, man, I'd grease all down the mouth and everything, fucking... But I'm down the road. And my mum and dad's bit, and one of the times I phoned my mum, says, when the World Cup went on, Scotland played Brazil in the first game, and that says, Brazil have got a blue tap, Brazil tap, blue and white, or get me that blue tap. I says, and I'll get it when I come out. She's like, right, so I remember the Adidas tracky bottoms?
The button ones.
Oh God, man,
I
had a pair of them, Adidas torsion trainers,
right.
And my Brazil tap.
Yep.
I says, where's my Brazil tap? She's like, here, it's here. Fuck. Yellow, the gold and green one.
Alright, aye, good.
She's like, is that not the one you wanted? I'm like, I wanted a blue one. Aye. She's like, there you go, kid.
Oh, brilliant.
So, aye, got that. Went to West End, get fucking wound up about my tap and all that.
Yep.
But I was out a couple of days, and my dad phoned me, in fact, he says, do you go down and see Rights of Fire? My dad's sister. I didn't know at the time when I was in the jail. Every time our realm was up, she was putting money into my personal cash. It wasn't just like a fiver, it was like 20 and 30 quid at a time.
Yep.
And when I came out, I'm like, how the fuck have we got all this money? I know they give you a wee, like, I don't know if it's about 30, 40 quid or something, so if you get a train or something, wherever you get back to the jail, give you that. But I had about 200 and 300 quid here.
Right.
I'm like, but that was all the money my SFI was putting in, Cordrester. And she told me to come down and see her. I'm like, this isn't good. I don't know if it's maybe because you get jail and what she's going to tell me is that shoot out of bother and that and all the rest of it, but I always get told about a big solid fucking gold sovereign ring that my dad had, and I wasn't to get it till I was 21, and this is like about 2 days before my 18th or something like that, I think it was, or my 17th, whatever it was. And she's like, here. I'm like, how come I'm getting it now? And she wasn't well. And I think she knew it was serious. Yep. I'm saying to my dad, my dad's like, saying it Mary, she's telling me about, she hasn't been keeping me on things like that, but I think it wasn't long after that she died, and I was her golden boy. Yep. Alright, she had her grandson, and I was kind of, obviously it's her grandson and that, but she bought me my first bike and everything. I can love that a bits.
One thing I've always noticed about you, Tommy, is you know, for day one, this and that, you'll always bring into your conversations your old man. You always bring your dad into conversations.
My hero, mate.
I know, and you always bring him in, and it's a thing I always hear, constantly hear, you know. How did you feel in the build up to your dad being no well and things like that? How did that hit you?
I was going to Belfast with the band, and he wasn't well. I said, right, Dad, I'm not going. He said, go, just go. I'm alright, kid. I'll see you when you come back. And I just kept thinking, my dad. I left, kept steaming, going there in the boat, and I just couldn't get my dad out of my head. Anyway, went to Belfast, played with the band, come back. The day I was going to Belfast, my dad took no well in the house, and our Sharon that was with him. And when he went to get up, he fell, or the power nuts went away from him. So our Sharon's, oh Dad, they never told me about it till I come back, because I kept phoning the house, how's my dad? Never told me. I came back to tell us, they told me that when the ambulance boys were ready to come, he'd hula hoops, and he's like, right, hurry up, just keep giving me hula hoops now before he come in, so I'll not get knocked to it, and he's like, off his fingers and try to, it was fucking nurse Sharon's telling me it was hilarious, but this was like the second stroke coming on him. Took him in. When he was trying to walk, it's as if he was shuffling. And this, I'm quite glad I wasn't there because I'd have hit him. This doctor came in, seen my dad sitting in bed, and he looked at him, and he just looked at my dad like a bit of shite. And my sister she was really angry. He says, come on, you have to start doing things for yourself and lose this weight, you. Spoke to my dad as if he was like a daft wee boy.
Yep.
And my sister's like, who are you? That's my father.
Yep.
That's my dad. He came out, still doing that wee daft, it was like a wee daft fucking wall, a wee shuffle and that. Got him home. Couple of days, we knew it just wasn't right, Stevie. It wasn't his normal self. I mind him taking me down to pick up my son Lee at school. He was in Berryhill. And I'm like, Dad, walked out, I'll take you down. He wasn't. I'm like, you shouldn't even be driving. And we could do the wee break with Shill. That roundabout at the Heathery is take your chance, sir. He just flew right out. I'm like, oh fuck. Oh my god, man. I said, Dad, he'd mounted a kid and everything, go to the way in, even though Lee, he was just a wee boy. Could tell my dad wasn't right. Yep. Up a kid near enough right through the front of the house and all that. I'm like, right, on. And get him down, get my cup of tea, and he just kept on going with his head and all that. He's Starbucks right, no, I'll be fine. Later on that, it was a Monday, later on that night, the wee bingo it was down in Orange Hall, like for the village or a band it was. He wanted to go, but Ershan kept on looking up to see where he was, what he was doing. And he was like, that was dabber. He wasn't dabbing though. So she's got up, full place is stopped. She knew up to see if he was alright, right, on, get him up the road. So my mum's phoned me. She said, Dad's no well. She's coming up the road now. Come out and help Sharon bring him in the house. She says, right. So I've seen Sharon driving the van up, I'm like, ah, where's my dad? He opened up the side of the van, that's where he wanted to get in, just lied to go him up the road. So we got him in. I'm like, you alright? I'll be fine, I just went to him, just could tell he was knackered. So my mum says, leave your room door open, because if I need you, I'll shout you, just in case anything happens to your dad. I says, right. So it must be about 2 in the morning, she shouted on me, out of bed, looking at my dad.
You're right.
See his face drop. I'm like, this is another stroke coming. So he wanted to go to the toilet. This is funny, man. He wanted to go to the toilet. My mum was like, take him to the toilet. So I can't lift him up here myself. So he was. I thought my dad had throat cancer, to be perfectly honest. And it was like, just use the jug. That's the way he kind of spoke. So brought him in a jug. So my mum's handed me the jug. She's like, right, on you go. I says, I'm not taking it out. And she's like, but you're a man. I says, but you're his wife. You've had it out more times than me. And my dad's sitting there, God love him, man, like that. God. Looking back, he's like, just leave it. So, but I had to be phone an ambulance that anyway. We walked in, I'm like, this guy's looking at my dad as if like he knows him. He's like, alright Joe. My dad's like kind of looking at him, he's like that. But my dad always said that the guy looked like a guy he knew, Alan McCleary. He says, you don't remember me? He says, he says, I took you out your house 20 years ago and Gateshead Road and Craignook when you had your first stroke. I was like, fucking hell, man. So there's Sharon's come down, we've got my dad in the ambulance out of the general. And there was a boy, like a porter kind of, Sam Baird. Oh Joe, how you doing? I'm like, he's a stroke, Sam. So they trolleys, you can't put, you need to pull him back away.
Yep.
So me being me, he's going away, he's like, I said, right, bore it Dan. He's like, right, I've just started going beep, beep, as if he'd been reversed.
Yep.
Right, so I've took him through. Nurse is like that. It's a stroke. It's definitely taking a stroke. She says it's a, but it looks, it's tested him and things like that. It's a really aggressive stroke he's took.
Right.
I always thought strokes were down your left side or whatever.
Right.
It was all coming down his right.
Mm-hmm.
So next day, couple of days later, I've got him in his wee room and that. But this time he still talks, so there's must have been about 20 of us. Me, my mum, Sharon, Mary, my other sister, Harry, Elaine, like his nephew and niece, his grandma's and that were in. Sam and McCulley and that. Oh, honestly, the room was packed. I'll never ever forget this in my life. One guy walked in, David McDonald, Ducky, walked in, my dad burst out green. Got his family and that all around about him.
Yep.
This guy came in, broke his heart. He was like, I'm finished, kid, I'm finished. And my dad thought the world of him.
Yep.
Thought the world of Ducky. Wanted to buy him his own bus and everything. Ducky being a bus driver. I'm like, oh. I knew then, I'm like, my dad's dying.
Yep.
Everybody went out, and it was me, my mum, my sister Sharon, my sister Mary, and he had my mum and my mum by the horn. Shook her horn on it. He's like, thanks. She's like, what you been thanks for? He's like, just thanks for being there. Turned to me and my two sisters like, use respect her. Respect, not about respect. Like that. We'll look after my mum, we'll arrest it. Definitely look after my mum. Following day, went in to see him. He was getting took for I don't know if it was an X-ray or whatever, but in the way he took a massive heart attack. It's a weird story. We could see all these people running with backpacks and things like that, and they're like, some doctor like, your dad's just had a massive heart attack. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. He's like, no, he's still fighting away, and he's still here. But the heart attack took away. He couldn't talk.
Right.
That was him. That just took all that away. But this time I'm like, I need to get out here now. And I walked out. This was like the Saturday. There was a game of football and I minded just, Larry, I need to get back in here. I was watching the football. Just tried to take my mind off it a wee bit and back in. And it was like the wee day room or a family room kind of thing next to where I think it was a critical care or what it was in. And the doctor says, talking away about my dad taking a heart attack, my mum says, if he takes another one, just let him go. She says, I can't. And I know he wouldn't want to be that way. Like, no disrespect or anything like that, but having the ways, like his kids feeding them and having to deal with that. He's a proud man. That's no Joe Hans, we know that. It's no nice. It's no fair on him really. That's what it is. And I flipped. I was ready to write a room. I asked my dad, and she explained all that to me. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. But I just didn't. Like anybody else, you don't want to let your dad go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So by this time, it was intensive care, and we've been moved to critical care. And saw the wee rooms. So, we've been in and out. Me, my mum, Sharon, my other sister Mary, she was coming down later on and staying off all night, along with her Ellen Higgins. I mean, honest to God, she's an absolute gem of a woman. Doing her shift during the day and then getting in there at night all night for her uncle. Not even her dad, it's her uncle.
Yep.
But she looks like my dad.
Yep.
As her dad.
Yep.
Everybody coming in and out, how's your dad at? If you back again and see him, toot him in and see him. Can't he talk, he's just moving his eyes about and we were talking about the last podcast, Big Jerry Fernan.
Aye.
Him and a guy called Harry Elvis. one of my dad's best pals, but Jerry was his boy.
Yep.
And they were in every morning. And then before we went in the morning, they were in giving us wee updates what the doctor and nurse was saying. So I don't even know what Harry and Jerry were saying to him. I know it was hard on Jerry. I know it was. He's like, I just don't want to see the big man like that. Yep. It got to, it was Saturday with a heart attack. I think it was Sunday or a Monday. Me and my mum got a phone call at the house for the doctor and said, we want to come over, something we need to speak about. I said, right, shouldn't I be here? And he says, there's nothing else we can do. And hearing that, it was just knowing at some point in the next couple of days your dad's going to be gone. Yep. I says, right, Mum, I says, nobody else getting in to see him. People that been in to see him, all the guys in the Feast Lodge, Big Archie McCulloch, God rest him, he's away too, and other people. I says, just family, just us. I says, brother, and that's out there too, but our Harry and Elaine, my dad took them as his own Wednesday, yep. Because my dad lost his wee brother, Big Harry, my Uncle Harry, 5 months before, and I firmly believe my dad's been doing hell since that. Yep. Even my mum says, she says, that was a big loss to your dad. So, a woman told me, Helen Logan it was, told me, she says, just his machine, just watch. She actually told us, my mum and that, just to watch for what. She helped us out there. But this thing with his throat, as I say, it's like that cancer thing. It must be, but it never said on a medical thing that it wasn't. I can mind me, Sharon, Mary, my mum, were in the room, and the nurse says, if you want to go out, now, just to be clear his throat. So Sharon's took my mum just to the wee seat just outside. Mary's got so far out the door, and I've looked through and seen the machine, and I've just seen it drop him and drop him again. I'm like, that. She says, we'll just leave it. And I've ran back in to the right side and took us on. Just tell him to fight. Mary was at our side, Sharon was trying to get my mum off the seat to try and get in. And my mum says, all she could hear me saying is like, oh, Dad, no, come on, Dad. It's just kind of looked at me, and he just died. Just passed away in front of me. That was hard seeing that.
Do you believe your dad's still running about you, Toy? Do you still believe he's running about you and guiding you in life? Do you have that belief?
I do, aye.
I think it's a belief everybody should have, you know, a family believing it.
I think coming to see you and he's always, I mean, he was a big guy himself, but he was always at me, both get away off. And I do, when I think about it all, I think he's pushed me towards you. Because I was getting to a state, as you said, I've done a bit, lost a bit of weight in that before.
You've done a lot yourself. You've done a lot yourself.
But I think this was the next step.
Half your name back.
Coming here and you helped me and training me in that, this was the next step. And it can only go into greater, better things, but I think that was my dad nudging me that way.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, I want to stop you there if it's okay with yourself, mate, but I do believe we can put a wee bit more in here, mate, you know, and you're upset, and, you know, feel for you 100%, mate, 100%, you know, because it's the same stories, we don't even know what's coming, you know, and
aye. But
you always mention your dad, mate, you always mention him, you know,
I knew if that come up, I knew I would.
You always mention him,
I mean,
without doubt, mate, you know.
Any other things at the top, it's just because we went through that part there, it's, aye. There's one of these pals mentioned me the other day, Gus Boyle.
Yeah.
He's a good pal with my dad and all that, and he's like, your dad be proud of that, eh?
Yeah.
Gus used to be managing me when I played football and things like But eyes.
Well,
Look, people say that to me.
Yep. What will do, Tommy? What have a drink to your old man?
Cheers, mate. I appreciate it, Stevie.
Thanks again, mate.
Thanks, Walker.